everyone, I'm back with another video for you. This time it's a grading reveal of all my Wemby cards that I submitted. As I've recently revealed my Beckett submission, I sent my best two cards in terms of grade quality into Beckett, and this is how they came out. I heavily screened the cards, and I know I'm pretty efficient and strict in grading. So this is actually my best card in terms of grading. The red, so the select red cracked ice. It did get 2 10s, centering and corners, and edges got a 9.5 and surface got a 9. Honestly, there's not much to that card that you can see anything wrong with it. That's the reason. That's just a piece of dust right there on that card. So it's nothing on the card. It's just a piece of dust in there. Just a piece of dust there too. So there's this card actually a perfect card if you look at everything. And this one right here, really nice too. I guess it has a little surface issue on the back, but I didn't see it. Just right there, little surface issue. I didn't see it until I got the card back. So that's how those fared, and those were my best two cards in terms of grading. And I did this as an experiment, just to see how true the market is in grading. And I went through GotBaseballCards, Joe Davis, and I submitted my cards at CardsHQ with Joe Davis over there one night in January, I believe. I just have gotten these cards back. It took me about 3 weeks to get the 2 Beckett cards back, but PSA took 4 months plus. So I just have gotten the cards back, and I wanted to show you what I experienced and how these cards graded. And Joe and Doug screened the cards at GotBaseballCards, and I highly recommend them. Okay, and just to show you what they do. And as I said, I've already screened my cards before I submitted to them, except for one card, and I forgot that I had it in there. It was just a last minute addition to my list here, and I never got it in. So, but I started with 50-something cards. I didn't grade all the base prisms here. I didn't send those in. I submitted a couple of them, and one got rejected and one got submitted. So we'll see what happens here. I know the grades already. They were excited to see this at CardsHQ. I kind of drew a crowd over there with some of the workers, some of the employees at CardsHQ. They wanted to see what I got, so I went through the cards at CardsHQ, and be honest with you, I'm pleasantly surprised. But I kind of expected it to happen too. So you'll see, and we'll see what we have here. And in terms of what I submitted here, all these right here have rejects. They got rejected at GotBaseballCards, and of course these two right here, I submitted those to Beckett, and that's what they received at Beckett, BGS 9.5s. And before you start saying I'm criticizing PSA, well, I am. And they have severely inflated the grading market to a point where a gem mint card has no value really over a raw card. So I just wanted to explain that before going in here, and I want to explain it and show you why I believe that. And in the past 25-30 years ago, I had experienced trying to get gem mint 10s, no way. And Beckett was always the very toughest one. When they started, Beckett was always extremely difficult to get a 9.5 with. That's their true gem mint. And these people saying, oh, well, you got a 9 in the surface or something like that. That's a mint gem. No, you're bashing it, you're bashing it, you're bashing it. And PSA, the PSA 10s were always roughly 10 times raw. Now they're what, 2-3 times raw because of severe gradeflation. And I'll explain that with this, and I'll show you exactly why. Okay, of the 25, well, I'll show you here. I had, these are my rejects right here. CardsHQ. They reject. I had all these cards screened. I screened them myself, obviously, as an experiment, but I wanted to see how they fared too, and see how they did and what they did. We pretty much agreed on everything. So, CardsHQ rejected these 17 cards in this pack. Okay, so that's when I got them back. And these are the other 25 that I sent to PSA. And of those cards, I expected to get this. I had one card that was unplanned. I forgot about it. It's this Phoenix card on top, so I'll get rid of it first. And I expected 12 PSA 10s, 9 PSA 9s, 2 PSA 8s, and 1 PSA 7 out of the cards that they screened at GotBaseballCards and submitted. These are the cards that were submitted for me, and that's what I expected as the grades. And this one obviously was unplanned, so I said that the expected grade on this would be 9, so that's what happened. It actually came back a 9. It's a red Phoenix. These are all Wembies, by the way. Okay, so it's a nice card, but I noticed they did get it right here in terms of catching it. There's a roller mark on the back all the way across it. I don't know if you can see it, but it's there. Okay, let's get on. Like I said, I only submitted 2 of these base cards, and one got rejected, the other got submitted. And by the way, GotBaseballCards, they submit based on a minimum score of 9. So they try to weed out anything less than a 9. And so we'll see how they fared. Okay, this one got a 9, and the other one got rejected before it got submitted. So I did not get a 10 on a base prism. I'm not worried about that. Okay, I had a few others, but 1 or 2 of those may get a 9 or 10. I don't know. Okay, here's my silver. It came back a 9. Okay, let me see if I have what I have on this silver. It's got light hairlines on the back, so that's what held it back. It's got some light hairlines, and I did go back through these cards and match them to my grades here. So if you see the card numbers out of order, that's why, because I wanted to shorten the video and didn't want to go through crazy and have everything out of order. So I'm going by the basis of my checklist and how I submitted them. So that was kind of a bummer. I didn't get a 10. I wanted a 10, but obviously they want to crack down on that too. So here we go. This was a card I pulled at CardsHQ one day. I got it on video, but I can't find their video of me pulling it at the breaker table. So this pink ice, I expected a 10 on it, and it got a 10. This may be one of the cards, if you send to BGS, it might pass for a 9.5. It might be good enough to pass for a 9.5, but I'm just warning you right now. If I sent this whole stack of 25 cards to Beckett, maybe 3 cards would get as high as a 9.5 grade. Just for future reference. Okay. All right. And here's the silver ice. I got a 10 on it, and this was actually a surprise. I had expected a 9 on this one. It does have little edge and corner issues. They're minute, obviously, but they're there. And mostly it would be on the back. So, but it's still a nice card. It got graded Gem Mint, so trying to, there we go, Gem Mint 10. Okay, and these two are the green variations, or green prisms. I expected 9 on both of them, and that's what they got, was a 9. Okay, mainly centering issues, and I say PSA is cutting down on the centering problem they had, so they are grading accordingly. So this got a 9 as well. Okay, and the next card, red, white, and blue prism. I started with all my prisms here first. So the red, white, and blue, this one I expected a 10, and it got a 10. Pretty card. So on the case, that's all. Okay, and the next two are select. Okay. This one got a 10. I'll match it to my notes here. I predicted a 10 on this one. And it's a pretty card. Problem free. And the next one, I actually expected a 9 on. So it came back okay, but had a little surface issue I remember putting on there, but it's still a pretty card. 10. So I got a 10. So just so you know, PSA, a PSA 10 is not a perfect card. It's not a perfect card by any means. Now, you can have a perfect card as a PSA 10, but if you want to know what a perfect card is, you need to send it to Beckett. Beckett will tell you if that Gem Mint card right here is a perfect card. Most of them, I'm telling you right now, about 3 of these cards in this whole 25 batch may have graded 9.5 Gem Mint with Beckett. They're not going to grade any higher than that. And most of them will grade 8, 7, or 8. Okay. Alrighty. Now we're to the green, white, and purple. So these, the first one here, I expected a 9 on it. It got Gem Mint. Gem Mint 10. Trying to get it. There we go. Gem Mint 10. Okay. See, what was the deficiency on it? The corners. There's a corner deficiency on it. If you look, they would be on the back. Okay, the deficiency on this one. The bottom corners on the back. So it's very minute. So, and this one I expected a 10 on, and I got a 10. Come on, focus. Got a 10. Okay, the next one is a silver. Okay, where's my notes here? This is actually a surprise. I graded this one 8. This is one of the cards I graded 8. And it came back a 10. Why did I grade it an 8? Well, let's see. The major deficiency on it was corner issue. Okay. I don't know if I can bring this up here and actually focus close enough. But down here on this corner and edge, see it on the back, there's obvious, not wear, but a little damaged area on the corner right there. And how that graded to 10, I don't know. But it did. I just wanted to show you. Gradeflation does exist. It's very, very rampant in terms of PSA. Okay. And Tectonic. This one I had expected a 9 on, and I got a 10. Okay. Actually, I got, it was a centering issue on this one. So, but it still got a 10. Alright. I had 2 orange flash cards that went. And this one here, I actually graded. I expected a 10 out of this one, but they knocked it for centering. It is off-centered towards the top a little, and they actually knocked it for the centering, which before I sent it in, all this thing about the centering issues hadn't come out yet. So I can say PSA is cracking down on their centering standard, and it comes to PSA 10. It is off-centered towards the top a little, and that's all that's wrong with this card, really. Off-centered. And the next one, and the next one I expected a 10 on. It's got a little minor corner issue on the back, like most of them do, but it's still got a 10. Come on, focus. Doesn't want to focus for me. Focus. Focus. Oh well, there we go. It got a 10. Alright, and on to the premier level. This one, I expected a 10, and it got a 10. It got a 10. A small surface issue on it, but it still got 10. Alright, and the next one, sorry, the next one is a silver. I expected a 10 on this one, and I got a 10. This was another one that if you send to Beckett, it might grade a 9.5. So it's a really nice one. Really, really nice one. Okay. And the next one, it's the same silver prism. I'd actually graded a 9, and it got a 9. You know why? It has a ding right here. Pretty easy to see. The ding right here. It got ding for a ding. Trying to get it where you can see it. I can't really see it on the screen here on the monitor. So, no, a little bit. Cat wants to get over here. Go on. Go on. Alright, yeah. the little ding gave it a 9. Okay, and here's the green version of this. I actually pulled this one at CardsHQ up there. I was going through some of their boxes there. I pulled that one. Got a 9, and I was hoping for a 10. And it has a edge issue. I'm going to go ahead and cover this next one. I don't want you to see it yet. Cover with this card. Okay. This one does have an edge issue. That caused it. Come on. Alright. Edge issue right over here. You see some chipping. That's what made it grade a 9. I actually would have graded it 8 if it was a Beckett subgrade. I would have graded an 8. Okay, and now is my lone numbered Wemby card. Okay. Keep it covered here. Okay. Now this one is numbered as a mezzanine. It's numbered 169 out of 175. Okay, it's a purple flash, and it got 10. I was expecting a 9 out of it, and it still managed a 10. See? This is a wow card. Wow. So it got a 10. Oops, cut the light out. Okay. Alright, I'm going to set that one right there. See if it'll stand up for me. Come on. Stand up for me. Keep it over here. It doesn't want to stand. I have these stands here for coin slabs, and it doesn't work so well with cards. There we go. It might fall over, but oh well. Okay, and this one is a pink. There's optic here. This is a hyper pink optic. And this is a really surprise because it has a dent on the back. But it's still got a gem mint 10. It has a dent on the back. If you look at the back of this card, I'll turn it around. It has a small indentation back here. It's a dent in the card, but it still managed to get a 10. And I graded this card 7, but it got a 10. It's alright. It is what it is. So they're gradeflation. Here we go. This is another 10. This one is the purple. I actually graded this one a 9. Has small surface issue, and it's got a few little scratches right here on the front. A little scratch on the front. And it's still got a 10. This card here should have gotten an 8. Showing you. Okay, and this card is the neon green, it's the top neon green refractor. I graded this card a 7. And here's why. I just knocked it over. Oh well. So look at my notes here. Well, if I'd sent this to Beckett, it would have gotten a 7.5, and it should have gotten an 8 with PSA. And you're gonna say, why? It looks clean. It does look clean. It's a really clean card. But But if you look at it close, this card suffers from the same condition that all three 1952 Topps PSA 10 cards do. It suffers from what's known as diamond cutting. So if you look at the card, it looks like it's cut. It's got a nice centering on it. But if you look at this card closer and you look at the edges, you got a wider edge here than you have here on the left. See, at the top, the edge is wider at the top than it is at the bottom. And if you go to the right, it's opposite. The bottom right edge is wider than the top right edge is. This is known as diamond cutting, and it is a severe distraction to a true collector. Alright, now when you look at the centering on it, this card looks to be centered really nice, but it suffers from that diamond cutting. But PSA uses what's called eye appeal. So in their eye appeal, they're not going to subtract for that diamond cutting, which is very, very it's damaging to the hobby. These are my cards. I can talk about them if I want to. So, I mean, I knew this going in. I knew this card had not severe diamond cutting, but it's enough to knock off a couple of points from the grade, from the overall grade. This should be an 8, no greater than an 8. But it got a 10 because of what PSA uses called eye appeal. So, it's very damaging to the hobby. And if you go back, if you look at all three 1952 Topps card 311, which is Mickey Mantle, if you go back and look at all three examples of those that exist, all three suffer from diamond cutting issues. And they should, if they were ever graded by a true grading company like Beckett Grading Services, Beckett would give they would probably assign the centering grade of 7 to 8 for centering. Those cards would not grade higher than an 8 at Beckett. The finest card of the 1952 Topps Mantle is the Rosen find. Mr. Mint. He had that well, it was deemed the finest one by him. And it truly is. It's the card graded by SGC as a 9.5. It is the finest of all of the 1952 Topps that I know of. I've actually held 2 of the Gem Mint cards, the PSA 10 cards, in my hand. So I know what they look like. But the SGC 9.5 is the best. Alright, and here we go with the final card. It's a Wemby, and I expected this one to get a 10 also. And this is one of the 3 cards I was telling you that could possibly score 9.5 at Beckett Grading Services. Like I said, here's my final reveal, and these cards, I mean, I'm happy I got the grades, but are they what they appear to be? As I said, I expected 12 PSA 10s out of these 25 cards. I did a lot better than that. I had 18, and I expected 12. Alright, and PSA 9s, I was expecting 9 PSA 9s. I actually received 7, so I was about in the neighborhood on that. And when it comes to that rounded out all the grades. I didn't get anything less than an 8 here. I mean, less than a 9. I didn't get an 8. Everything was 9 and higher. So, the guys that got baseball cards, they really did their job good. They can't guarantee that it's going to be 9 or higher, but that they did really good here. And everything was a 9 or higher at PSA. All 25 cards were. And I was expecting, actually, of the cards that were submitted, I was expecting to get 2 as a PSA 8 and maybe 1 as a 7. But they all came back as 9s and 10s. And that's very, very abnormal. And I'm kind of amazed everybody at CardsHQ today when I went through these cards with them. They wanted to see what they came back as, and they came back really nice. So, I mean, they're nice cards. They're all nice cards. I have never put a fingerprint on them. I never touched them in that way. I only touched the edges and holding the card. You don't want to touch the surface of the card. It's like touching a coin. You touch a coin surface, you damage the coin. It forever will have a fingerprint on it. And it's not it's not something that you can clean off from a coin. You might be able to clean it off with a microfiber cloth from a card, but in doing so you can actually damage the card with that microfiber cloth. So that's something you want to prevent. And that's another reason I probably scored so high, is because I never ever touched these cards on their surface. So that's another thing to look at. Okay, so I want to thank you guys for watching, and thank Joe Davis and Doug at GotBaseballCards. They did a great job with these. They really did. It exceeded my expectations. And if you ever want to submit cards to PSA, and I prefer Beckett. I always have. I prefer Beckett because they're much more critical in their grading. And like I said, the average grade for these cards that I just got back at PSA, instead of getting 18 PSA 10s, I may have gotten 3, and as high as BGS 9.5 Gem Mint with Beckett. The rest would have been 7 to 9, with a lot of them falling in the 8 to 8.5 category. But that's what you're passing off as PSA 10s, and it's destroying the market. It's absolutely destroying the market. Because are they really 10s? No, not by Beckett standards. They're not, and that's the reason no one talks well about Beckett. They want Beckett to change everything to the same way that PSA works. And like I said, PSA 10s are not, they're not necessarily perfect cards. They're not perfect cards. If you want to delineate perfect cards, you go to Beckett. Beckett will tell you what a perfect card is. That's why the BGS 10s sell for more than Gem Mint 10s, and the Black Label 10s, they're very, very excessively rare. You can't get that. They're excessively rare. And like I said, these 2 Beckett graded cards that I have here, they're the best out of this whole bunch of cards here in terms of grade. So that's why I sent them to Beckett instead of PSA, just to see if I could get a black or pristine 10 or Black Label. So, and if you have questions of why Gem Mint cards back 25 years ago, they were selling, say a $10 card back then raw, would sell for $100 to $150 or $200 or more. Alright, if you take a $10 card today, raw, and you submit it to Beckett, I mean not to Beckett, but the PSA, and that card comes back a 10, you might get, for that $10 card raw, you might get $20 to $30 out of it. Where in the past, it would have been $100 to $200 or more. Just to let you know, gradeflation is a problem. It exists. I showed you here why. And it is an extreme problem that is going to devastate this market. If you want the true value in your cards, you need to go with Beckett grading. If you see any cards, say you see any of these cards that are graded 10, and you see another example graded a 9.5 by Beckett, get the Beckett card over a gem mint with PSA. Do that every single time. I guarantee you the card is just as nice, if not better than that PSA 10. Alright, I had my say. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Please leave a like and subscribe. And I give Joe Davis and his guys at GotBaseballCards, I can't give them enough credit. They did an excellent job. So send your cards through them, have them screened, and have them submit them for you there if you want to go that route. This is me signing out. Thank you guys, and I'll see you again.